All right, all right, I've been waiting too long. Come on, let's see the goods. Well, what's the T-shirt? Let's go.
Oh, you want to see my shirt?
I was like, did you get your chest
am I
redone?
evading some
What
sort
are
of HR policy here? Like, yeah, show me your tits.
Are you ready?
Yeah. All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Can we get some like bound
It's not
chicken
gonna be
music?
good. I know it's not gonna be good.
Oh!
All right, that wins. That wins.
Love it.
Joe, it's a really convoluted backstory, but for about 5 years now, now we use AI Garrett, and he gets the line right. Garrett has been butchering a line in Top Gun in all of our movie make-betters, where we do a movie and we make it better. And he's finally owned the fact that he doesn't know anything about the movie, but yet wears its cotton poly fabric.
Yeah, you said
Amazingness.
recently you've never seen it, right? Any of the Top Gun or the
No, he just made fun of us for worshiping it.
once? Okay.
But who knows dialogue to Maverick?
Well, he has it on the prompter, and he still fucks it up. And it's one line.
To you, what's the
I just
line?
wanna- wait, no, you do it. Do it.
I just want to serve my country and be the best fighter pilot in the Navy.
Shit.
Yeah. You
That's
know
the first
what?
time he's ever gotten it
So
right.
He needs to be in costume.
God damn it.
I just want to serve my country and be the best fighter pilot in the Navy, sir.
Again, thank you for your service to our country, AI Garrett.
Garrett,
Actual Garrett, fuck him.
you didn't need to actually go under the desk. That was just okay. Great.
There's 9 unplugged wires.
Joe is already regretting this, but
Why did I come?
there's the better
Joe,
Garrett,
welcome.
and this is the
Hi, how are you?
actual one. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And again, I'm pissed off, A, about the T-shirt is kind of awesome, and B, that you got the line right. I can't believe this.
Wait, didn't you get 2 new mugs?
Yeah, but they took them. You guys just get those
Just
shitty
get
ones.
these
yeah.
shitty-
Oh, yeah,
That
that's
are
all you get.
clearly from an estate sale and sold for $2.99.
I grabbed those in the kitchen. I
was-
cannot vouch for how clean they are.
This was some guy called Tubby brought over a bag of
Oh, I like
quote unquote garbage, and these were in there.
Are you serious?
Not literal garbage, but just like
Who would ever
Who has
throw
this?
that away?
Prosecco gets rid of the germs, I'm told. And I've never been told that, and I just
Yeah,
made
pretty
it up.
much.
But anyway, enjoy.
These are
And-
actually kind of nice.
Yeah, I think they're
not shitty.
delightful. I
think he bought them from
You
a
should take the wax price off of it.
yeah.
Again, I was in a hurry.
Zach scratch off.
I was too excited about the T-shirt
does.
reveal to really focus on the cuffs.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
If you go to if someone from 1970 was in some coma till now and went to the movies, the whole style is totally different.
Yeah.
Or like a TV show. Like I was thinking these sitcoms because I was like, I post when something makes me laugh. We all scroll. I do it before I go to bed. I'm like, and like some episode came up from All in the Family. It was like Vincent Gardonia. I forget his name. Only.
Gina.
I keep pointing to Gino, would know his name. He was this Italian guy that was in a lot of movies.
Racist
back then.
Italian, you point to Gino.
Yeah. And there was a scene where he's giving the Maloik to Archie.
Love it.
Oh, Maloik, Maloik, Maloik.
Why you're doing it to me?
Oh, I'm doing it too. Maloik. And he's
Yeah,
Maloiking
she
him.
knows what it is.
Right?
She's half.
And then Archie was like, I'll give you the New York sign. And he did something. It was just so funny to watch Archie Bunker do this stupid move. And I posted it. I'm going, these sitcoms don't work. They don't work anymore for some reason, and I don't know if it's because they changed the way they write. Something's being done different. I almost feel like if they tried to do that exact punchline at the end now in 2023, turning 24, he would have went Malika, Malika, Malika. They would have let him laugh for like a half second, and then Archie would have went, "I'll give you." There would have been no pause.
Yeah. The
The
pace
timing.
is
Pause is what's
different.
funny.
Yeah.
But so
and
much
real.
of it doesn't age well, and not even in a politically correct way. But just like I used to love Family Ties because, of course, I wanted to be Michael J. Fox, and I watched.
He's a
Performance
Republican.
level was.
Oh yeah, I didn't care. I didn't even know what a Republican was. I'm just like, he's cool. Back to the Future helped, but I watched one recently. It was on one of those fucking, one of those channels where they rerun them all the time, and I hadn't seen Family Ties in like fucking 30 years. I remember
hold
thinking
up.
it was so funny, and it's just like
Wasn't
everything's
funny.
just sort of like, I was hoping for the very special episode with Tom Hanks as the drunk uncle. I didn't get that one, but just nothing lands. It's just like everything, like your tastes change. Like what you think is edgy.
I find those All in the Family's land for me every
I think that they hold up, but there's few and far between.
Well, I saw that was on your list when you guys emailed me. I don't know if you talked about it earlier. Was the Ray Romano? If he
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
She got that one. Yeah, let's do
And
that.
I loved what his answer was.
Oh, it's great. I
Which is
have it.
why?
Oh, here you go.
Okay, great. Okay, so we know Roseanne got a reboot. That turned out excellent for Roseanne.
Is the show still on without her?
Yes.
It is.
Connors.
Still going?
Yeah, they renamed it. Frasier is the latest to get a reboot, but Ray Romano says don't hold your breath for an Everybody Loves Raymond reboot. He told Bill Maher, as far as a reboot, well, it's out of the question. For one, they're never as good, and we want to leave our legacy as what it is. Secondly, and maybe more literally, Romano observed it's out of the question because now his parents are gone, Peter Boyle and Doris Roberts. Bill Maher praised him for not going back for another big payday, saying you never want to reboot. You had one of the most successful sitcoms of all time. And Romano said he wanted to go out on top. The rest of the cast wanted it to go on, he said, but myself and our showrunner, Phil Rosenthal, we thought it was time. Yes, I don't want to see a reboot. It's such a beautiful little time capsule, too, right? And I think that's kind of what you were getting at with the other show that the clip. It's like, we love it because of what it was at the time. You do it again, you do it now, you have to change, you have to adapt to what audiences are expecting, and it's not the same.
Well, then movies, they try to do that, and it doesn't, but they'll still try. I think it depends on if the lead character needs money or not. You don't think Ray Romano would do that in a second if he wasn't getting
the
acting
exact
parts?
same thing. Like
He's doing well. He doesn't need it.
I love the fact that he said, "Yeah, we just felt that it was a time, but the rest of the cast wanted to keep doing it." Yeah, they weren't making as much money as you, dude. They wanted the gravy train to keep going. You dick.
You know how much money we were just talking about this. A friend of mine, Johnny Lampert, the other day, we're talking about this, because I was saying, I don't see the reruns Everybody Loves Raymond as much as I see Seinfeld and King of Queens.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, they're out there, and he's still making a lot of money for those. So, like, that's always going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And what if that, he's probably thinking it could taint it. What if his residual money goes down? Maybe they don't, maybe it makes it boring and there's not as, if I can make money without doing anything, why am I fucking with that?
No shit. I'm trying to think of like a reboot that was like, all right. So obviously the Roseanne thing. And
I watched the, what's his
Frasier.
name? The Frasier one on Netflix.
I didn't even know it was out yet.
Does he need money? Because it doesn't seem.
No.
Yes.
Well, he's been through a lot of divorces.
And there's no one else. It's just him, right?
Yeah.
The Niles guy wouldn't come back, and I know it's because he's
Abe wouldn't come back. Newworth.
Oh no, she did come back.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, and they
what
brought.
it-
I saw that they brought him back to Boston, which I think is kind of smart. If they're gonna
They
redo
changed the show, and now they put all these new characters, so all you're getting is Frasier. That's it.
it, any good?
I only watched the pilot, and it wasn't good. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry. I wanted to
Oh, I
like
don't give a
it.
shit.
I liked
How
Frasier.
dare you? What is Mike?
Get him out of here. I'm saying sorry to somebody that watched it and went, I thought it was great.
To your point, do you think there's something about, because I rarely watch, and this is what you said on Netflix, it's not even on like cable.
No, it's on Netflix.
But like a lot of these cable shows or these reboots, the writing is so awful that I will choose to watch like an HBO Max show or something else. I just find the writing is better. Why is it that for a lot of these sitcoms or things, the writing, what has changed? Like what is so bad?
Well, one thing I think, because I lived in LA for a little while and was involved in all that and reading scripts and auditioning for things versus, I had a development deal for my own sitcom at one time, so I had to read to see what writers I was going to pick. And you start to realize that the only good writers, that comedy writing is the hardest one out of all of them, first of all.
Imagine.
It's very hard to be really good at. I mean, how many sitcoms have we seen in the past 10 years where you go, "Oh, that one's fun"? Like there hasn't been any. They
Isn't there
rush
like
them together.
I feel like we've all read Well, like as a layman, like we've already isn't there like a formula where like every 2 minutes at the most you have to have a joke, like it's almost like a machine, like and whether they're good or bad, like you can't go that many blips without a joke.
I said it on Gino's show when I was there with you. I
Yeah.
said Seinfeld was the last show to be great. And now they're trying to do that format all the time, which is a lot of jokes.
Yes.
And no feeling. And that worked for that show specifically, but it doesn't work when you try to do it. It doesn't need to be that formula doesn't need to be there for every single show.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
even if you watch All in the Family, that had more of a real vibe to it. They're getting laughs and it's fast, but they're not afraid to pause for a moment. They're just not, and nobody does it anymore. Everything is too fast. Everybody has the phone in front of them. We need I can't even post a video if it's over 59 seconds. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Well,
Fuck,
and
I can't
also,
post
I think for cable, especially, you need to cram more in because commercial lengths are longer.
Yeah. No more theme songs and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Totally. Yeah. Absolutely. No, like anything on.
No, the attention span changed, and now I saw something that was great that I posted on my story was Rick, that music genius Rick Rubin.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
He was saying that art needs to be done for you, and then it just happens to be liked by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because if it's ever done the reverse way, it sucks. Like, it literally has to be like, this is what I want to do, and I'm doing it. And sitcoms, there's fucking 90 fucking people in the way, too. So that's what stops it.
By the way, I got his book, The Creative Way, I think it's called.
Rubens?
Yeah.
Is it great?
That surprises me.
Sucks?
Here's what I was hoping for. Because we know I have great fucking ideas.
No follow
And I'm a creative person.
No
I'm an
follow-through.
artist. And I wanted a book that would give me like a step-by-step or a way to kind of take all this creative energy and actually follow through with it. No, it's a bunch of like platitudes and sort of like general ideas about creativity. I mean, let's be real. I only got 2 chapters in.
Oh my God.
Because I have no follow through.
Look at the woman in the mirror.
Maybe if I read more. This is the book. Very cool cover.
Wow.
Like, I heard him on a podcast talking about his book, which is why I wanted it.
2 chapters. You have no basis on even criticizing this
I know. But I was like, I had a journal ready. I was gonna take notes, and I'm like, there's
Surprise.
nothing to note.
It's the most drive I've seen her have. So
Anyways,
Audio
Getting 2
book.
chapters.
The audio book.
maybe that's what
Then
it
listen
is.
to it while you're driving.
yeah, the commute. That's what I do.
Plane ride to London.
Are they rebooting all these shows just because no one watches TV except people that used to watch it back when those
1000%.
shows were on?
Yes. Yeah. That's
That's-
again why Frasier's
The
back.
nostalgia
Yeah.
factor.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's no
Will
no
and
one watches
Grace.
any other new shows because they're like,
I got the
can't think of one
reboot.
hit sitcom that's like an original hit sitcom right now that anyone's talking about. I mean, everyone used to talk about fucking Seinfeld. Everyone
Is
used
Modern
to talk about
Family
Friends.
still on the
There
air?
is-
No.
No, I wish.
I got the reboot that everybody would watch, and it would make sense that they reboot it. And here's the reason it makes sense. The movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High, reboot it for where they are now, because that movie ended with where they are now, right? If you remember how that movie
That's in
ends.
Animal House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that in Animal House too. With,
Yeah,
this guy
like,
became
well, like John Belushi was a senator.
yeah, yeah. So
no, that's good.
You bring them up to date, but you got to get Cameron Crowe involved. You got to write a good script. It all starts with the script. They go the reverse fucking way in Hollywood. Let's put the cast in there. They don't give a shit what they're saying.
And also, it starts with you got to have the cliche of you write what you know. It so applies. And the Fast Times with Ridgemont High came about much like Almost Famous, where Cameron Crowe like graduated high school when he was like 10 or something.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of those advanced kids.
Yeah.
And his mom really did lie to him and say that he was one age when he was a different age, like when his character in Almost Famous. So one of his first stories for Rolling Stone, I think, was he snuck back into high school. Yeah. And he was still a little bit older, but he looked like a baby. And he snuck back in for like about, I don't know, in 3 or 4 months, and what he reported on ended up becoming the movie.
Yeah.
And so and you can tell when you watch it, you're like, this they know what they're actually talking about.
I wonder why
to the kids at the time.
I wonder why that guy doesn't make movies anymore, because I loved
He
all
had
of
a
his
couple
movies.
bombs. Like what was there was that Elizabethtown. I never saw it, but apparently it's terrible. But Jerry Maguire was amazing. Almost Famous, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't know if it holds up. Vanilla Sky, I liked.
I
I
never
like it at a
saw
few
it,
Times
but I
Square.
I
vividly
had a callback
remember.
for Vanilla Sky.
Really?
Really? Oh yeah, I like that movie.
I remember in
Which role?
Blockbuster, the Vanilla Sky, there being like a wall of it.
Yeah.
It sounds like
It was the one where he had that weird mask on his face, right?
that was yeah.
I had a weird moment. I was moving to LA the next morning. My car was completely like packed, and I was afraid to leave it on the street with everything I owned in it.
God, yeah.
And I get a call back for Vanilla Sky. I read for it the day before I'm moving cross country. And they go, we want you to come back tomorrow to read with Cameron Crowe. I'm like, fuck, that never happens.
That's
Never
insane.
happens. I go, okay. I go, and this, because I was moving, I go, can I come first thing in the morning? Because I got to get on the road. I'm driving cross country tomorrow. They go, sure, you can have the first audition of the day. And that fucked me a little bit, because this is the reason. So I do the audition. First of all, Cameron Crowe, it's like one line in the movie. It was it got edited out of the movie. Cameron Crowe, to show you why his movies are good, he's going fucking ape shit. Like I'm auditioning for the best part in the whole movie. He's like, fuck it, yes, dude.
I can see that.
Love
Yeah.
this. Go again, but say it this way. I'm loving this. He's getting, no one does that, right?
Yeah.
So I do it twice. I leave. As I'm leaving, I open the door, and fucking Tom Cruise is on the other side of the door, coming in, and I say hi to him like we went to high school together. Because if you've ever, sometimes when you bump into someone famous, you feel like you know them.
Oh,
Of course.
Yeah, I was like, hey.
And by the way,
Cruise.
since there is no there in whatever Tom Cruise is, I'm sure he probably thought he went to high school with you. He's like, I should remember this
did.
guy because of the way that you did it. Yeah.
Yeah. But what annoyed me was I realized this guy's going to read with everybody else for the rest of the day. And if I didn't,
Just missed.
the scene was with him. And I was like, I would have fucking got the read with Tom Cruise. I would have, even if I didn't get the part, I would have had the fucking.
He made Tom Cruise's role better. So you're sitting right next to a guy
maybe
and actually took what he did in Top Gun,
comes together.
rethought it in a weird way. By the way, I have to ask, how tall?
He's short, but like literally one of those moments where you're like, oh, that's what a movie star looks like. I am fucking hideous.
Oh,
Yeah.
He looks very good. He had a fucking Yankees hat on and a leather jacket. Well, I don't know what year that movie was. I mean, we're talking.
It was like early, boy, it was like
mid-nineties.
2000, 99, maybe,
I think
yeah.
I was 31 or 32, so
The height
I
of
was like
Blockbuster.
over 20 years ago. So he was pretty young and still looking good. He looks kind of old now. It's weird seeing Tom Cruise old.
There's like a filler thing going on.
Well, it looks like he's wearing a mask of himself.
Yes.
Is he really?
Like the older he
2001.
What is that up there to the top right?
Oh,
No,
that's what
him
his
from
face
Vanilla
after his
Sky.
accident. And like,
That's from Vanilla Sky.
That is kind of what his face looks like now.
well, guys, this was as fun as I knew it was going to be.
This is me smiling.
Oh, jeez. That's what he looks like.
That is what he looks like.
Okay, he
By the
looks
way,
a little better.
I remember his face looking more gnarly than that. That's not that bad. He can
he
still
looks-
get laid looking like that.
I think he looks better there than he does now.
He could be the new Joker.
Seriously, it looks a little bit like that scene.
Yeah.